Now, there's a couple problems on page 4, so you need to turn to page 4. There's a couple of problems where you're actually going backwards. All right, I'll show you what I mean. So look at page 4. You're actually going backwards. All right. So this is what we're talking about. So page 4, number 13. They tell you what the slope is, but they left out one of the missing x values. So I set it up like this. I put the first point here, the second point here. Remember, it's rise over run. They told me the answer, so I know that rise over run is equal to 2, and that needs to be a fraction. When you see a number that's not a fraction, you just put a 1 under it. All right, now I need to figure out what my rise is and what my run is. All right, how do you get from -2 to +6? You have to go up 8 to do that. From -2 to +6 is up 8. Okay, now here's where the problem is. The problem is over here where I try to figure out my run. There's a variable there, so I can't do that. So when you have a variable there, I'm going to take this x and I'm going to subtract -3. X subtract -3. All right, when you subtract -3, that's a double negative. That's going to become plus. So over here for the run, I'm going to put x plus 3. Now, how do you solve that? You're going to make a butterfly. I'm going to cross this way. It's called cross multiplying. I'm going to cross that way and cross that way. When you cross this way, 8 times 1, you multiply across. It's cross multiply. 8 times 1 is 8. Bring down your equal sign. When you cross this way, you have to multiply 2 times both of these. 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now you just solve that equation. You subtract 6 from both sides. So that's going to give me 2 equals 2x. Divide by 2, you get x is equal to 1. Now we better do another one of those because that's kind of difficult. So let's do number 15. Number 15. I'm going to split it over here. So I know that rise over run has got to equal this number here. When you see a negative, just put the negative on the top. -9/2. Just put the negative on the top. I'm going to make a table again. Here's x and y, -3 and -4, and then -5 and y. All right, let's do the rise first. Rise is y's. All right, over here, let's do the rise. I can't go from -4 to y. I don't know what y is. So when you don't know, you have to subtract y minus -4. That's a double negative, so that turns it into y plus 4. Now the run, how do you get from -3 to -5? To get from -3 to -5, you have to go down 2. All right, that's going to be equal to -9/2. And I'm going to make a butterfly again. That's cross multiplying. So let's make a butterfly. When you multiply this way, you got to multiply 2 times both of them. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 4 is 8. And when you multiply this way, -2 times -9 is positive 18. And now you just solve it. Subtract 8, 2y equals 10. Divide by 2, you get y is equal to 5. And that's how you work backwards.